أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله wassalatu wassalam ayyuhan nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Peace and blessings. This is your brother Hamza Abdullah checking in for the transition remix. We're in the single digits now. 9 days. Bismillah ta'ala with Allah's permission. 9 days left of Ramadan. How is your Ramadan going? How is your Ramadan transition going? How much closer are you to your goals? How much closer are you to your miracle? I pray that we're all a stone's throw away. I pray that we see the finish line and we're running strong, we're running fast, because it's there. Everything that you set out in the beginning of the month is at the end of the month with Allah's permission. But what we've probably found is as we traverse this Ramadan, this journey, this arduous journey, this month of Ramadan it looks different than when we started. You know, there's a perception of what it takes to go on a journey, but it's not until we go on that journey where we realize, hey, wait a minute, this isn't just the 10 freeway from West Coast to East Coast. I got to go through Texas. And a lot of people on that drive, on these long journeys, they're like, whoa, I didn't know Texas was that long. Or when you're going on the West Coast, driving on the West Coast, you say, wow, I didn't know California was that long. So then, hey, no, I had to stop here and I had to pull over here. But then, you know, the car was acting funny. So I took it to a shop. And while I was taking it to the shop, man, there was a great lake. And I went over there and I sat and I saw this beautiful mountain and all these things. Because we realize we have to enjoy the journey. We have to enjoy the process. And that's what Ramadan is about. Ramadan is not, I'm going to complete my fast today. You can't complete 30 fasts in one day. We also can't complete a transition in one day with Allah's permission. It's going to take some time. And we've talked about that, the different levels of transition, the different steps of transition. But now, in your time of reflection, who are you as an individual now, as opposed to when you started the journey? Right now, we're in step 6 of a seven-step transition process. And step 6 is to control your circle. And in that circle, we have the acronym FIFA, FIFA, Family, Identity, Finances, and Attitude. And today we're talking about identity. Now, when we first started our transition, maybe we identified as, oh, I'm an NFL player, I'm a black man, I'm a husband, I'm a father, you know, all these things. But then as you get into the middle of the transition, you say, hey, wait a minute. I need someone else to validate this identity that I've been identifying myself as. So then during the month of Ramadan, during this time of self-reflection, during this time of being aware of Allah, doing our best to attain taqwa and being just conscious of Allah consistently, we say, hey, wait a minute. In this quiet time where my kids are asleep, my wife is out with her friends, and I'm here all by myself, who am I? Because I don't need to be a dad right now. I don't need to be a husband right now. Like, those are still a part of me. They don't abandon me. But who am I right now? I'm someone who wants to draw and make art. Oh, that's my creative side. So I'm a creative being. Then I also feel through this fast, like I just feel this spiritual upliftment. I don't know what it is. Well, it's possibly because we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And as a spiritual being, we like creativity. And so if someone were to ask me, Hamza, who are you? I would say I'm a spiritual being who loves to be creative as a form of worship because I feel like that connects me to my creator. So I ask this question when it talks about identity. Who would you be if you were on an island all by yourself? I feel like for me, I would be a creative being serving and servicing the creation of Allah. So I'm all by myself on a deserted island. Again, who would you be if you were all by yourself on a deserted island? Well, I'm the only human being per se, but what if there are other creations and creatures? What if there are, monkeys or what if you see some alligators or something like that? What if you see some birds? I feel like I would be in service to them. I feel like I try to talk with them. That's my only company. I feel like the plants that are around me, I try to form some type of garden Start figuring out, hey, which ones do I think I can eat? So then you start servicing the creation. And I feel like that is what connects me closer to the creator. And so I feel that. And now, coming back, where I'm not on a deserted island, I'm in America. I live in Arizona. So how can I take that same approach? Well, I can be a creative and serve the creation, which is why last night with the Lost Permission, we had a beautiful workout, worshiping through working out. That's something different the community hasn't seen before. They've never heard that. Hey, wait, you can be Muslim and work out? Or it's a form of worship? I had a brother come up to me and say, hey, man, the Sahabi were like you. They were fit. Okay, well, if the Sahabi were like me in the form of being fit, and I hope I'm being like them, you see the physical. I'm doing my best to be the spiritual as well. I pray I'm like them in the spiritual sense and the physical sense, meaning I'm doing my best to get closer to Allah. I'm doing my best to be of service to the community and to Allah's creation. So yeah, that's in service to the community. That's how I feel like I can best be of service, and that's how I feel like I'm getting closer to the creator. And so that event sparked something inside of me that say, no, we're going to do this often with the Lost Permission. So if you're in the Arizona area, I would like you to message me and say what it is you're looking for. And one thing that it's not a youth program. A lot of times athletes and people of some type of influence get pigeonholed into a place or a space where it says, oh, he just talks to the youth. No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Dad. You need to be doing push-ups too, not just your son. You need to be fit too, not just your daughter. You need to be getting educated, not just your wife. I'm talking to you too. We all need it. We all need to improve. We all want to be healthy. We all want to service and serve Allah in the best way and worship Allah in the best way that we can. But we need optimal health for that. We need to be working better every single day to get better at what we're doing. And so, like I said, I had a beautiful event last night. Man, it was just amazing. And I feel that's going to be the lane that I take, is this is how I can be of service. So my transition coming into it, I didn't know what to expect this Ramadan. But I feel like coming out of it, and now there's going to be a plan, a community plan to be more engaged as a community and connected. There was a brother that told me, he was like, you know what? It's funny because I feel more connected to you because we used to work out when you were here. I said, yeah, because you're going through the battle. Like, that's our battlefield now. And anyone who's played sport knows that when you are grinding with someone, when you're on a team and you're striving for a championship, you're striving for a common goal, everyone has to come together and you need everyone. That builds a connection you're not going to get. I'm sorry. You're not going to get just going to the mosque and praying with them. You're not going to get it because you haven't been through anything. It's just like your relationship with your wife, your relationship with your husband. The reason you guys have a strong connection because you guys have been through some things. And you don't just look at the next brother or sister and say, okay, I can have that same relationship with them. No, you didn't go through anything. So today we're talking about that identity and the identity from the inside out. So who am I as an individual? And then who am I as it pertains to going out in the community? My physical. Like, I pray that my physical identity is that I'm fit. I want, when someone sees me, they're like, oh no, that brother takes his health seriously. And he wants with his brother what he wants for himself. Like, he wants everyone to be fit in their manner. I'm not saying everyone has to have this huge bench press or anything like that. But I am saying, if I'm praying and my son is outside or something like that, and something happens, I would expect you to be able to take care of my son, to be able to take care of my daughter. That if I needed some help, if a cat just rolled up on me, that you're going to have my back. SubhanAllah, last night on the way to the event, may Allah continue to protect us and increase us. I'm getting off the freeway. Some guy just riding my bumper. He go to the right, go to the left. Then he starts to pull up on me. Allahu Akbar. I roll the window down and I look him dead in his eyes. I say, hey, if you get out that car, you're going to have a worse day You're going to have a worse day than you started. I'm telling you right now. And then he started to come. I'm like, okay. And I'm driving, and then there's a state trooper right there on the exit. I point to the state trooper. I say, hey, you better get your man. He needs some attention. Because if he comes over here, he's going to have a worse day than he started. But what I'm saying is, if that's my Muslim brother, if my Muslim brother's right here with me, I'm hoping that he's going to have my back too. I'm hoping he's not just going to let some cat just come pull on my door or do anything like that. May Allah protect us. But if you out somewhere and you doing something like, when you know a guy you play basketball with, you play soccer with, you lift weights with, like there's a connection there. And I know if something goes down, he has my back. That's a part of our identity. But when people look at the Muslim community right now, when people look at our community right now, what do they see? Do they see a whole bunch of softies where they can come in and break into your masjid and steal stuff? Yeah, they do. They don't respect you. They don't respect you. So you have an internal identity, you have an external identity. So it's about shaping that as well. And that's what we talk about in this transition. If I've been a pushover, I got to learn, hey, how can I not be a pushover? If I haven't been able to take care of myself physically, emotionally, like all these different things, then this is a point on that transition where we got to start taking care of ourselves with Allah's permission, of course. Now, and I'm not trying to say this to get anybody riled up. I'm just saying we need to take a firmer stance when it comes to our health and our fitness. Because I really appreciate the brothers and the sisters who came out last night. It just needs to be a more, it needs to be more represented. And there's this attitude that sports are for kids, like it's a game. Hey man, you're too old to be playing sports, or you're too old to be fit, and you're too old. And bro, I'm sorry, man. When I'm older, when I got the gray beard, inshallah, Allah gives me a longer life, a long life. I want to be making all my salats, standing up, bowing down, face on the floor. Then I want to go and have a run after that. I don't want to be sitting in the chair just because I'm out of shape. I don't. Or sitting in the chair because I couldn't stop eating XYZ. No, all that stuff works together. And that's why we talked about it in step 5 of evaluating your overall health. I can't be, man, super Muslim. Man, I fast every day. I pray tahajjud every night, and you're physically weak. It doesn't work like that. You wondering why you stand up, the Prophet ﷺ, his feet swelled when he was praying. That's how much he prayed. Yeah, but his feet weren't swollen before he prayed. You ever think about that? He wasn't out of shape. These cats is walking and riding horses and sword fighting and doing all these things, bro. And you gonna compare yourself to the swollen feet. Bro, them cats had abs. Them cats had abs. May Allah be pleased with them. Them cats had abs. So we need to be a community that gets us some abs. Like, that's part of our identity too. We're strong believers. We all want to be strong believers with Allah's permission. And so, alhamdulillah, identity part of step 6 of the transition. Single digits. We're almost at the finish line of Ramadan. And I ask Allah that Allah accept this from us. Allah forgives me and forgives us for our shortcomings and mistakes. Allah elevates us to a high level. Allah transitions us to our miracle with Allah's permission. I'm enjoying myself. I'm very thankful to be doing this Transition Remix podcast. I'm learning a lot about myself, about transition, about brothers and sisters, about what it is people are looking at and what people are needing. And I pray that I can be of service. So I pray that as your brother Hamza Abdullah, I pray that I'm doing my best to be of service. And so please forgive me for my shortcomings and mistakes. And anything good that I've said or that has come from this podcast is from Allah. And anything that is not is from me. And I ask you to forgive me for my shortcomings and mistakes. But thank you guys so very much. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll do the finances portion of FIFA, step 6. So control your circle, step 6, family, identity, finances, and attitude. This is your brother Hamza Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.